Hey, how you guys doing? I apologize if we get any mess ups in the video because just give me a warning that it might not be a good stream. But I'm gonna put this out anyhow. And as you guys see, it says, "Are Kenpo strikes effective?" That's a big debate. A lot of people wonder that because a lot of our strikes are real fast and everything. They could be very weak if you don't do them properly, but not every strike is for power either. So a lot of times there's one technique here. Right, that doesn't seem like it has a lot of power, does it? I'm coming here. Sure, it's a lot of flash. But the thing is, too, with this chop, I'm not just going with the arm. I want to throw my hip into it. With the chop to the throat, right here, you don't need a tremendous amount of power to bump in that unless you're trying to kill somebody. Now, we do a spear hand in that technique, which I'm not going to go with. I'm going to throw it in a square punch. So that's what, some of the debate is really, it's all flash. Not really. It's for speed and building up. I'm going to go over that technique I just did, and then I'm going to cover a various amount of different hand strikes. The technique is called flash and daggers. It's in the Tracy's Kenpo system. So it's designed really for training you to prepare a weapon and just go for speed too. So from here, you got the double block. You're going to chop down the body with this hand is prepared up here. Here's the thing about this. I'm not just going to go here. I can move my body into it, and then I got the chop here, so I'm ready to go. Now I want to throw a square punch instead of spearhanded body, because spearhanded body really is not that intelligent. So I come in here, but this hand's ready. There's a chop. Here, here it's ready, then chop down the groin. So there's flash and daggers. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I can throw some body weight into that. I don't have to sit there and just do arms. If you just do arms, then it's just arm strikes. It's really not that powerful per se. So, all right, let's go with. I got a line of techniques here, and one is called, it's the reverse punch. Most systems have this. And a lot of these strikes are not unfamiliar to other systems. So a lot of people say that Kenpo strikes are weak and all that. Not necessarily. Sometimes the way people do it are weak. Then it's weak. But here's the reverse punch. Basically here, a lot of people want to turn and punch at the same time. My experience, that doesn't work that well. That creates a weak punch. So when I'm turning here at the same time, if someone's moving forward, I'm going to get pushed back. I don't have my full amount of power. When we start from a horse stance and we start punching here, that kind of gives you the idea of throwing that punch. Now when I turn, then throw that punch, that's the same thing basically as I'm doing here. The only difference is I turn first, get myself in position, and throw that punch. Gives me more power because of that bow stance we're in. So when that hip is forward, right, that back leg is straight, and the other leg is bent a little bit. You don't want to lean, but you got your body rotating, then deliver. That's where you get more of your power. Okay, with the karate punch, square punch, reverse punch, whatever you want to call it, here's a good way to throw your punch. A good way to do it without really hurting your hand is basically, I think of it this way, point. If you just reach out and point, that generally usually is like the perfect alignment for that punch. A lot of people disagree with me when I say you punch him with that first knuckle. That is not, something bad to do is punch with that first knuckle. They disagree with me saying that it should be with the first two knuckles. Here's the problem I have with that. When I punch with the first two knuckles, I end up probably punching with these middle knuckles. It's harder to line up unless my wrist isn't lined up. When I point, my wrist is lined up with that first knuckle. Makes sense to me. May not make sense to you, but I'm not asking it to make sense to you. I'm just telling you my point. It is point. You got the pun there, didn't you? All right, but I'm pointing. There, perfect alignment with that punch. Square punch. Look, point that way. There it is. That's how you want your wrists lined up. You don't want your hand being like this. Your wrist is weak that way. Look at these skinny little wrists of mine. I hurt them. I hurt them if I hit wrong. I don't have these big, thick wrists that could take a lot more. No, I gotta be awful careful because look how skinny these things are. So when I hit, I really had to analyze it, and that was the best way for me. I hurt myself a whole lot less. Yeah, some of you guys may have seen my other live stream. I was hitting the bag with the wrench hand and it hurt my wrist. How did I do that? I punched the bag and it went back, and I came in like all crazy with it. I didn't pay attention. I hit with this top here towards the fingers instead of the knuckle and the side of the hand, and ended up hurting my wrist. So I thought that was kind of a crazy thing. So now we're on to the wrench hand now. The wrench hand, here's the thing that a lot of people hurt too. Alright, well, let me go back to the reverse punch again. I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. When you do that punch too, you don't want to pop that elbow up and start extending the elbow. That was the thing where I started talking about that point. Because when I naturally like push the button on an elevator, I don't extend my elbow all the way. I want this to be as natural as possible. So that's where that comes in to protect the elbow. Now back to the wrench hand, which was getting me to the point where I thought about that elbow. When I'm throwing the wrench hand, if I throw the wrench hand and have my elbow too straight, what's going to happen, all that pressure is going to hit my hand, my arm's going to go that way, hyperextension on the elbow. I did it. I've done it. Bend that elbow, you get more power to that strike. So if I'm here, look, I'm not coming wide like this, that's detailing. Look guys, you can see that all day long. I'm right here. It might not be as much power as this, but I have a greater chance of hitting you. There's no 100% chance of hitting somebody, no matter how good you are. So, but I don't want to be here and leave myself open to get hit myself as much. So I'm here. So when I'm hitting, I'm bending. So now here's the thing about that wrench hand. When you hit it, don't hit him in the head. You'll break your hand. This is made for throat, body, and like you know, we always do disclaimers on this stuff. You guys doing this stuff, you have a chance of hurting yourself, hurting somebody else, hurt, death, broke. You know, so you gotta be careful doing this stuff. I do this stuff not to be the greatest fighter in the world. I'm not under attack here where I live in America every day. I even live in the inner city of Cleveland. I don't get attacked. But what happens if I do, I don't want to break my hand doing it either. So when I do this wrench hand here, I want to make sure, I'd rather even hit with my wrist than I do up here. This makes it for bad. So the thing is, you can hit it right in the body. I would hit more with the wrist too if I'm doing that body because you got more bulk there. You hit the throat. You don't have to hit to kill somebody on that either, but you can even hit to the jawline. But now when you start hitting the jawline, now you're getting bone, but that jaw moves, so you got a lot more, you know, flexibility to that wrench hand. You just gotta be wise about what you use and what you do. Okay, let's go to that spear hand that we were talking about. With that technique that I showed you, flashing daggers. I'm hitting that spear hand. Am I gonna hit somebody in the body with my fingertips like this? Absolutely not. Okay, that's one of the Kenpo strikes I do not agree with. For one reason is, I don't train my hands to be like steel. They used to do these drills where they go into, and not just Kenpo, you know, like way back in the martial arts, they would do these drills to toughen their hands up because that's what, these are their weapons. So I don't do that, and I'm not going to do that. This is my drill. I toughen my hands up that way, but I'm not going to sit here and do this and break my fingers hitting someone in the body. So I use it as that square punch. Get a lot of power to it. It's pretty accurate. It doesn't cut in as thin of a weapon to the body, you know, as a spear hand does, but I'm not going to go to that. Here's one that, the thumb to the eye. There's one technique we got. If someone's got your arm, you come out, you bring it down, you twist it out. So you're twisting out of their grip, popping them thumb in the eye. Okay, that thumb in the eye, yes, that can be very effective. But here's the thing, if you go like this, like you're hitchhiking, yeah, I'm hitching for a ride and poke something in there, yeah, you're probably going to break your thumb. if you're gonna do a thumb to the eye, you gotta have your finger kind of curled and the thumb here to it. So you're supporting this knuckle by being on your finger. And then you can turn it this way, and that's the thumb to the eye. Jab them right in there. So yeah, it is effective. If you can get a chance to even come around somebody's arm, poke to the eye. If you don't have like a full strike here, but you got a little bit of extension here, and it's a weird angle, so yeah, it could be effective. Alright, so now I got into palm strikes. Throw the palm strikes. We do this in the Kenpo a lot. We come out straight in. This is effective. You can hit to the body this way. I wouldn't hit solar plexus here and have the guy bend over your fingers. You can turn it over, hit the side of the ribs like this. So now you got it here. This could easily be a palm strike to a back fist, to the punch, the hammer, or bat hammer down here. So you can always change this stuff, guys. So the palm strike, straight in. Now here's the thing I teach at the women's self-defense a lot of times. If someone's head is open and they come at it, don't just go one. Not everything should be the knockout punch. See, that's a problem that a lot of people have in MMA, full contact fighting, or any of it. They want to have that knockout. They start chasing that knockout. They wear themselves out, then they get knocked out. You see it all the time. You don't want to chase out and have that knockout shot every time. Like I said, if someone's got their head down here and postured up properly, it's very, very hard to knock them out. I've hit guys with a good hook, cross that head, right in the temple, right in the jaw with their head down, try to knock guys out. Never to happen. Never happened. I hit it hard. Boom. So when we were training some of these guys, when we were doing the cage, I hit them hard with that to see what they were made of on it. So boom, 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 their head down. Bang! Never. And they were like, yeah, that hurt. But they kept going. They kept fighting. It didn't stop them. So why should I do for that knockout punch every time? But what it did do, it moved them. So when you hit somebody, you see how the bag moved. I'm not even going for that knockout punch, but you hit someone in the head, their head's going to move. The head's not going to stay there. It's going to move a little bit, giving you an opportunity. So there was palm strike on that, like I was saying here. Goes in there. But then we go into the tiger claw, which is very similar to that. So we're going to hit the wrist first, and then the fingers to the face. So a lot of people try to do this, or they go, what good is this? Well, that's not going to be great. If you cut your eye a little bit, it'll irritate it. But you're hitting that nose, breaking that wrist on that. Then you come down. Here's the thing, too. You may have seen some of my videos where I push my hand on Paul's face and then come across. I'm not going for the knockout every time. See, that's the problem a lot of people say is the knockout. It's not powerful. It's not powerful. It doesn't always have to be powerful. All I have to do is just move you, and then I can get my power. You know, move almost, and there's that reverse punch. Move them, square punch hard. You know, move them, come around. So that's it. Sometimes all you have to do is just get them moved, break their balance, push them off, impose your will a little bit, and then bang, power. That's what you're going to use is Kenpo strikes and put them out there. Alright, so tiger claw also could be like a tiger palm without the claw. So now you got, so if you hook someone's elbow, bang, you can grab, not elbow, but hook the wrist so that they're throwing a punch if you catch it. For you to do these grabs like we do in Kenpo, that is very difficult, and it's probably going to be almost impossible to grab that wrist. But you can hook a wrist, slow it down, and if you're able to catch it, and bring them forward. So if you're hooking and you get them going forward, you might be able to hit it behind the elbow. Are you going to break that? If it's bent, probably not. But if you hit behind that, you ever have that bone thing they call the funny bone, which isn't really a bone? You hit that, you hit nerves and pressure points back there, it's going to hurt. But then it opens you up for back fists and different strikes like that coming right through. So we got the back fist here, the back knuckle punch, come to the head, come to the body. I don't like to sit there and fight stance, go back fist. It doesn't work. I'm not going to back fist here. Like if I'm on fighting stance and someone's standing here, I'm not going to back fist. So if my opponent's here, I'm not going to get out like this. But if my opponent's more on the side of me, I can back fist here and come with my other strikes. See how this stuff could tie together. You take the weak ones to set up the strong ones. Just like in boxing, you got the jab. How many times do you see a guy get knocked out with a jab? Very rare, right? But then it's set up for that cross, which knocked him out. Boom, boom, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you got him out. So you pair this stuff together. That'll bring more effectiveness to the Kenpo strikes. Now, let's go to the eye spear. How effective? Very effective if you hit it. You gotta be precise. It takes a lot of time really to be that precise. A lot of times in training, we'll be doing it. We'll poke each other in the nose and eye. Or not an eye, but here, the forehead. I told them, go to my eyes. Don't go to actually hit my eyes, but go towards my eyes so you get used to accuracy. But I told them, since it's me, if you poke me in the eye, I'll just take it, you know. But I'm trying not to have each other poke each other in the eye for real. But with the training now, sometimes I'll sacrifice. Say, all right, I got poked in the eye several times doing this stuff, teaching too. Because of us doing the eye spears, I tell the guys, put it near my eyes. Don't put it on my forehead. Put it near my eye. Just learn to have control. Not pulling your strike, controlling your strike. There's a difference. You pull your strike, you're way back here. Controlling your strike, you're able to go through if you really not want to. But you pull your strikes, here's the eyes say, you're done over here. You're pulling it. Then you change your direction and everything. So that's why I tell them to go for that. So that is very effective. Here's the thing, have you ever been poked in the eye? It hurts. It kind of stops it. Here's a story with the UFC. My instructor was watching this one. I didn't see that fight. But I don't even know who it was. But the two heavyweight guys beating each other, blood and all that, they're beating each other, pulp. And they're still fighting. One guy got poked in the eye, ended the fight. They had to stop the fight. That's how effective eye pokes are. You got two heavyweight guys that are beating the crud out of each other. One eye gets poked. That was the end of the fight? Come on. You tell me eye spears don't work. It's not legal in cage fighting, but it works very great. It works very well. Spear to the throat. All right, so the thing is now here, I can hit this throat this way upside. If I go upwards, I'm hitting in, and you know there's a little hole right here too. I can hit that and go up and then hit all that. You know, and I got the windpipe, all that right in there. Now if you go down, now you're pushing the pressure point in that hole and pushing down, and you're hitting the windpipe, but not to the point that it would be if you go an upward strike. So now this one, you don't need a tremendous amount of power either. But that also gets into my half fist. The half fist, we can take it this way or this way to the throat. I wouldn't half fist to the body or anything else. That would be kind of stupid when I could just do this. You know, it has more effectiveness in the body, which is more bulk than this one. But the half fist to that throat, or the side of the neck even, that's where it would be. I'm not telling you guys to go use this stuff and go spear people in the throats, but I'm just telling you exactly what it is about the Kenpo strikes. Yeah, it is effective. You know, now we get into some of the ones I kind of question. There's some I do question. One is the knuckle rake. Okay, what I was told is here, let's do an eagle beak first. So we got the eagle beak, so you're going to take that middle knuckle or even the first knuckle, but the Kenpo usually trains with the middle knuckle like this. See the knuckle here or a knuckle here. These are usually generally for striking in, straight in. I hit to the solar plexus with this, to the rib with this, or we even hit, in some techniques, we go for the nerve inside the arm here, where you get the bicep, you get in between there, hit straight in. So someone throws a punch, hit like that. Now the accuracy of that is very hard to get in a real-time fight. So that's why a lot of times we'll go right to the ribs with it, or solar plexus. Works great. But then here's where you got the knuckle rake. I was told knuckle rake a couple times, a couple ways. One this way, hitting and ripping it through. The other one is this way, hitting and ripping it through. Okay, I don't like either way to do that. I hit and rip through. I'm not even gonna do that on the back because you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna bend my finger to the side. I'm gonna scrape my knuckle. Not a fan of that. But if I hit and rip it through that way, then see, I don't want to do that on the back because I'll skin my knuckle too. But here I can even do a punch. So we got a lot of techniques. It's supposed to be knuckle through here. I go more directly in, or I use a hammer fist, rip it through, because I don't like that knuckle ring. So I do adjust some strikes, but I do like the movement coming in like that. It's very fast, but you got to change your strike if you don't want to hurt your knuckles or your fingers or anything like that. The back knuckle rake. Okay, this one is pretty effective if you use it in the right place. Using the back of these knuckles. Pretty durable. So now I'm not just hitting, I'm raking it through. Hit, boom. So now here's a good place for that. Right in the temple, you hit here, striking it and ripping it through. That gives you the mobility to go into our flash, as you would call it. So that gives you the quick, nice power, quick through. It's not like I'm trying to hit anything else. The temple is sensitive. Hit that thing here. Not like you could throw a chop. I hit down low, the groin. Hit the nose. I can hit right here, right across, smashing the nose sideways, drop it down. So that I do like that one. That's pretty effective. Now we're going to go into the hammer fist. Hammer fist. Some people don't even use a hammer fist too much. Tournaments go to the top of the head a lot of times. You see me teach that in videos. But when it comes down to Kenpo self-defense, I am not hitting somebody in the head. Now, this whole crown here, I am not hitting that. That hurts. I can hit an elbow in there. Great, okay, fine, but it still hurts. I'm not hitting the crown of the head. It's stupid to do that. I had someone make a video off of one of my sparring videos where I'm hitting the forehead even. Not even the top of the head with a back fist. And they were trying to make me look bad. You know, no one else has to make me look bad because I do it myself sometimes. So you guys are watching this and you say, hey, I want to make you look bad. You don't have to. I do it sometimes too. You hear me speak sometimes. I'm real with this stuff. I'm not going to be putting up some facade trying to be something else I'm not. So here's the thing. I'm telling you guys, don't hit the top of the head with this. So I'm telling you right now. I'm hammer fist. That's great for tournaments, but tournaments create bad habits. Forehead, no. Nose, temple, jaw, solar plexus, right? Groin. That's where you can do it. You can do it in the rib cage, right in the floating ribs. There's techniques where we come up here to here. Doing here to here feels weak. But now if I'm hitting the rib just right too, now I can also impose my will using the tiger palm and to push it. So this didn't work. Now I go for more. So Kenpo is really set up to flow with it. A lot of people misunderstand it. Or sometimes they're mad at Ed Parker too. Ed Parker made, created some waves with people, and a lot of people don't like Ed Parker. I never met the man. I just know I've trained under Mark Miller, who trained under Al Tracy, and then Al Tracy, would come in almost once a year, and I was at a seminar like that many times. I met him at tournaments, and he came to my school twice for seminars. So I have an influence with Al Tracy, and I know he's real, man. He's the real deal. Al Tracy's the real deal. Mark Miller's the real deal. I felt the pain. I felt the pain of their real training. It wasn't like they were bullying me either, like a lot of schools did. You see some of the guys out there doing stuff and kind of just beating up on their rookies and bullying them. They didn't bully me, but they let me know how it felt. I still do that to some of my guys. I don't beat them up, but I let them know. Here, when some of them guys hit you, it hurts. You might be trying this and have no power. Okay, you might need to look into trying to shift different or anything like that, or if it's not working for you, don't use it. Plain as that. There's enough stuff in Kenpo that you have to use. Alright, so now that's the hammer fist. When we go in a couple more, or one more here, we're going to talk about elbow strikes. I love elbow strikes. Elbow strike here, grab the head, slam. We got that right in our first belt. Knee of vengeance, grab, knee, stomp, elbow, slam. Okay, so from here to here, only works if they let go of your shoulders. Because when they're hanging on your shoulders, you're not going to get any power. See, a lot of people think about this doesn't work because we're hanging on our shoulders. Well, one thing, I didn't really knee in the crotch or stomp on your foot. You knee in the crotch, stomp on the foot, then you grab and knock them right out. Someone asked me to do the video, which I did a little bit ago, about like stories of real self-defense. So I might actually have my one black belt tell the story of how he used it. He blocked, grab, and elbow slam, and it worked. It worked. I'm not going to tell the story fully because I want him to tell it. I'm going to put a video out with that eventually. It's just a matter of me getting time with him. That's why I haven't put that out. But yeah, you come in, slam, boom. You can block. Look, block, chop, grab, boom. That's kind of what he used, but he didn't chop. He just grabbed. He went like this. So we could use that right there. There's that elbow slam. All right, now there's an elbow coming straight up to the chin. Boom. You hit it right under the chin there. What are your Kenpo strikes? I just went through the whole thing of them. I'll go over it real quick with you. Through a whole line. Reverse punch is what we did. We did that here. We did the spear hand, which I don't like, and then showed it as a square punch. We did thumb to the eye. We come in here, poke them in the eye here, straight in here. You give me a thumb to the throat. And you can use that. So when we did that, and I did go over. Thanks for asking the question. I did go over it. So when we're done with this video, go watch the whole video. You get the whole explanation of that. So I do appreciate you being on here and asking that. But then we also did the palm strikes, tiger claw. We did the knuckle rake, which I'm not a big fan of. We did the back knuckle rake, which I like a little better than the knuckle rake. The eagle beak. We did the eye spear, the throat spear, and then we did a hammer fist. And then now we're on our, or we did half fist also with our hands like this. We come with the strikes like that. And then now we're on the elbow strikes. So the elbow strike coming up, we can come in here, we can come across. But here's the thing, remember we were just doing the slam? If I hit it here, your guy is going to probably bounce off of that. Most likely he will bounce off that. If you grab it, you smash it, you're going to get him. Yes, you're right on that. I said that earlier in it too. Those are the Kenpo strikes. They're in every system. The reason for this video, I'm going to tell you that right now since you said that. I said in the beginning of it that these strikes, you see them in many systems. And yes, this is the system that I'm doing is the Chinese Kenpo, which is a Tracy system, which was influenced by Ed Parker. And also Jimmy Wing Woo had a lot of stuff in there that we still teach in our higher black belt. So we do have these strikes, or the Chinese strikes. But the reason I put this video up, because a lot of people say they're weak. And then the one main point I put in earlier in the video was talking about, like here, you hitting, okay, that might not hurt you that bad, but it got you moving. And then I got this here, I got this here. Not every strike should be a knockout strike. You impose your will, you push them, just like you see in the Chinese arts. You see that in Kung Fu all the time. With hammer fist, then I'm pushing in. So yes, you will see similarities in other systems. I just get tired of hearing people talk about Kenpo doesn't work, Kenpo doesn't work. Guess what? All the systems of training in martial arts work better than nothing at all. And they are all similar too. I just like the way we do the Kenpo, you know, the way it flows. He's got the Kung Fu in there, he's got the, you know, the Japanese in there also. It's got like Japanese karate. So a lot of Shotokan you'll see that's similar to some of the stuff we do in Kenpo, but we also got Jiu-Jitsu too. So that's why I put the video out. But then there's the elbow strikes coming up here, cross. We also come down here. That's how we do it, and we come across the face there too. So the problem with the back knuckle strikes to the ribs, these ones, they don't work. Well, here's the problem with it. If you try to do a shortcut with it, yeah, you're not going to get them to move at all. You're going to hit them, they're going to just look at you probably. But the thing is, like if we hit an elbow, right, you got them moving forward anyhow. Slam it through, but that's not your power strike either. You're hitting them here and here. Now we got the moves here. This is where we're here, coming through. We're striking in. We could come in. So sometimes we do this because we're already past in that position. Any hit is better than nothing, but you know it'll get you proactive. There's your strike to the palm of the face. So I don't always use a back knuckle strike to the body. I'd rather use a hammer to myself, so I don't go this way as much. But I'll go in here. If I want more effect, I'll go and drop it. I get a little more power. If I'm pushing, like I said, I impose my will. I'm not going for super power strikes on those. You know, like we were talking about with flashing daggers. It's not powerful to chop down like this to the body, but I can go right to the throat with the same one. In Black 5, we got where you hit the throat, eyes, throat, you go. See, I changed that because I don't really want to poke this bag. If you're talking about your finger strikes, you don't want to have them anywhere really but the eyes and throat. Body strike here, that's just dumb. It's just dumb to me. So I know the weaknesses of a lot of our strikes in the Kenpo or even any other system, but a lot of people teach it. They still teach it. I teach it with out of history on some of it, and I also teach it for just flowing through and showing going through here. I'm not trying to powerhouse them with that back knuckle, but I did use the back knuckle to the solar plexus to somebody and dropped them. You know, someone was messing around with me, I just went this. I just took it here, knocked the air out of them. So if you hit the right target, it's more effective, but try hitting the right target when your target's moving. That's not always great. That's why a lot of people love the straight punches, come out the side hooks, and go into the boxing too. So, but I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet to Showdown1197, I don't know what you're waiting for. And thanks for commenting while we were on this video. And if you're watching this video after the fact now, since it's at the end, you're jumping in, go watch the video, leave a comment at the bottom. Hit like, of course. I mean, that would be an awesome thing. And we just want to say thanks. God bless.